there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Paris outside the Eiffel Tower right there. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Paris. Because there's a lot of things you do when you are here. Yes, you want to go see the Louvre, and you want to go see the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe, and go up to Sacré-Cœur and explore the catacombs and stuff like that. But there's some things you don't do as well. And my first don't is, don't forget to slow down and enjoy the city. The thing is, there's so much to do here, you know, like going and exploring the catacombs, Sacré-Cœur, the churches, you know, all this amazing thing, walking around with the architecture, that a lot of times people get the FOMO, fear of missing out, so much that they think, well, I've got to see this when I'm here, and I've got to see this, and I've got to see this, and I've got to do that. And they spend all their time going, that they never stop and relax and be a Parisian. You know, take the time, go hit the fromagerie and grab some cheese, go to the boulangerie and get a baguette, go get some wine, come to the park and enjoy just sitting back and relaxing and taking in the city. Because there's so much to do and you want to go with your limited time that you really miss out on what truly makes Paris Paris, is that it's the atmosphere. So don't just go. Make sure you set some time away to sit at a cafe and watch the day go by, or come to a park and enjoy things. Maybe don't go up the Eiffel Tower. Maybe what you do is just sit out here at the park behind it and take it in and relax. And the thing is, I guess with the Eiffel Tower is actually my second don't since we're here. Don't go up the Eiffel Tower if you're claustrophobic or you don't like heights. Now you see you have the first platform there. It actually goes up multiple ones and you can go up, but the lines there, you're really packed. They smush you in the elevators going up. Everyone's kind of fighting and jostling on the way there, and it can be quite traumatic, especially if you're claustrophobic. And the thing is, I was here with Jocelyn a few years ago and we ended up walking back down. We had tickets all the way to the top, but we didn't get all the way there because it got too much, and so we actually walked back down. So do have a heads up for that, because it can be a bit much if you're claustrophobic or scared of heights, okay? But it still is gorgeous to go up and to enjoy, but nowadays we just kind of enjoy it out here. The kids go to the little park right behind there to play and have a good time there, and so we still get to see it, but we don't necessarily go up it. Now, another big site here is the Arc de Triomphe, and my don't for that is, don't try to run across the street to get to the Arc de Triomphe or get away from the Arc de Triomphe. Also, I should say, is don't just run in traffic. I mean, obviously people know that, but you really need to use the traffic signals here in Paris, because the drivers are a little nuts and you're gonna get, you could get hit, so do be careful. But specifically with the Arc de Triomphe, there's actually stairs you go down underneath the roundabout and then come up in there, okay? Because I keep saying to us, we're trying to run across the world's biggest traffic circle, or one of the biggest traffic circles, and then I'm like, you're making yourself in danger. Don't do that, okay? There's stairs to do that. But also, don't jaywalk or stuff like that anyway, because you could get in trouble. Now, the fourth don't I have for you when you come to Paris is, this is for if you're going to be exploring France, and that is, don't think that there's just one main station here in Paris. Depending where you're going to be traveling to, you might have a different station. You might be going to Gare de Lyon. You might be going to Gare de Est, Gare de Nord. There's a lot of different stations you might be going from. And so you need to make sure when you buy that train ticket, look and see which station it is, because otherwise you might notice that your hotel is on one side of the city and your departure station is on the other side of the city, and that's why I'm putting up the the main cities that you go to from different stations up here, so you can have an idea, so you don't end up at the wrong station going, oh, I need to be at Nord but I'm at Est, oh no, because I don't want that to happen, because that does happen to a number of tourists. I think going along with that, a next don't is, don't think Paris is France. I mean, yes, it is France, but don't think Paris is everything about France. Paris is a fantastic city. It's like New York. It's an amazing city. You'll love being here. But France is so much more. Going to explore Strasbourg is a totally different feel. Going to Normandy and see the D-Day beaches and those things, that's a wholly other different experience. Seeing the chateaus in the Loire Valley, going down to Grenoble, heck, the Côte d'Azur, the Riviera in the south. There's so much more in France than just Paris. So if you get a chance, go out. And even if it's just doing the day trips, going to Versailles or Fontainebleau or or something like that, you have these options to see more of France when you're here, because honestly, with the super fast trains, pretty much anywhere in France can be a day trip, an expensive day trip with the TGV, but you can go a lot of places. So maybe try to find something nearby so you can enjoy and get a little bit more of French culture when you're here, because Paris is awesome, but it's not the only thing in France. Now, another thing I should talk about when we're looking at transportation here in Paris is, don't bother taking taxis or Ubers unless you have to, because the metro system here is fantastic. It goes to every site you'd want to see. You're never more than 500 meters away from a stop, and it's really, really great and really, really easy to use. Just take it in, take it out, boom, you're good to go. So don't feel that you have to Uber everywhere. Don't feel like, oh, the taxi, the metro is set up to help you. And a don't I have with the metro is don't throw away your ticket after you go in there, because sometimes you need your ticket to actually get out of the metro as well, not just to get in. And I've seen many tourists at some of the stops that make you do that. They're like, could I go out with you? I'm like, sure, but I'll hold my wallet when I go through, okay? So be careful with that. And the reason I say I hold my wallet is, I guess the next don't I have for you is, don't be lackadaisical with your safety when you are here. There are a number of pickpockets, especially going in and out of the metro, maybe on the metro, some of the bigger sites. You do need to be careful with that. So don't be lackadaisical with things. And they'll even give you warnings at the Louvre saying, watch out for pickpockets, because it does happen, sadly. I mean, we have a whole video on the scams of Paris to help tourists know what to expect when they come here. And the thing is, I guess I'll do another don't just specifically for one. That is, don't sign the petitions. You will see at any of these sites, some ladies will come up to you wanting you to sign a petition for some great cause, but the thing is, you're not signing a cause for anything. You're making yourself, like, you know, a target for different things. They could be, oh, you believe in this cause, we'll give you some money for this cause. Or maybe their friend is sizing you up, you know, to see what you have. You don't sign, just say, no, I don't speak English, no, and then they'll usually leave you alone. I mean, while I've been filming here, I've had 4 women come up and want me to sign stuff, okay? So you'll see that, so don't sign, okay? Also, don't take the golden ring when someone gives it to you. That's another scam. But go to the scam video for more of that stuff. Now, let's move to one of the better topics in France, food. And my don't for the food is, don't get breakfast at your hotel. I've seen that the hotels tend to have a little bit overpriced breakfasts here, and the thing is, you can go out on the town and go find a bakery or someplace and go get your croissants there for a fraction of the price of actually getting the whole family fed at a hotel. So make sure you're doing that. Also, you could go to the cafe and enjoy the atmosphere with your café au lait and croissant. That's also really nice. But if you don't want to enjoy the atmosphere and you just want breakfast, don't go to the cafe either. Just go grab it at the boulangerie, the bakery, grab your stuff and head back to your room and do that. Can save you a few coins, okay? But I will say, it is nice to sit at that cafe, and I like my hot chocolate. I drink hot chocolate. I'm sorry, I'm not a coffee person. And have my croissant and watch the morning go by. It's awesome. And one of the things when you're sitting at the cafe in the morning or other times, you might notice quite a few people smoking. And my don't for the smoking is, don't get upset by the smoking. It's just the way it is, okay? Because I've seen a lot of tourists sitting in the cafes going, why are they smoking here? I want to enjoy my meal. Well, there's an ashtray there and they can smoke outside. So if you don't want to be bothered by the smoke, maybe sit inside when you can. I know you don't get the same atmosphere, but it's something to think about. Now, another don't I have for the food is, don't skip out on the plat du jour. That would mean basically don't skip out on the lunch menus. Look, eating in Paris is not cheap. You will not save money coming here, especially when you're eating all this fantastic food. And at dinner time, the meals are a lot more expensive, because at lunch they might have a special that you can try. So you can have that fancy meal at a fraction of the price. So don't skip out on the lunch menu. Make that your big meal. But the thing is, if you're gonna go out for dinner, my don't for that is, don't forget to make reservations on the weekends, like Friday, Saturday nights. It's vital to make reservations in restaurants, or anytime in the summer when it's tourist season, you want to make sure you're making dinner reservations so you can eat where you want to eat. And a lot of them will have online reservations, or if you see a place you like, just walk up and say, hey, can we make a reservation for tonight or tomorrow night or on Thursday? Because it makes your life so much easier when you don't have to keep asking, do you have a place? And they ask if you have a reservation. You're like, no, like, sorry, because they'll have like one reservation for one table for that whole night, because no one's going to press you to finish quickly, okay? And I guess another don't I should say that kind of goes along with going out to eat and stuff like that is, don't think the Parisian waiters represent all of the Parisians. A lot of people get a bad impression of France because their only interactions are with the waiters. And this is a super touristy city, so they're going to be kind of bad service. And the thing is, the Parisians are awesome. They're one of the, for me, we've had some of the best times meeting the locals when we've been here. I remember when we came here when Liam was little and getting the stroller, and the locals are like yelling at the people, let them through, and they're helping us carry the stroller over the things getting into the metro. I mean, the people here are awesome, but don't think that the waiters really represent the people. So don't get upset with the people when you have bad service, because don't forget, you're gonna have bad service when you're here. It does happen. Not all the time, but it can happen, okay? I just want to give you the heads up for that. Now let's move into your accommodation. I have a don't for you there. Don't expect to get a lot for your money when you're here in Paris, because the city is expensive to stay in and it's a lot of people. So there's very small hotels and small hotel rooms. So don't expect a lot of space in your hotel rooms. But it's okay, because you're gonna see so much stuff here that you're always gonna be out exploring the city, whether it's daytime or nighttime. So don't worry about that. But just have a heads up. it's going to be probably a small hotel room. Now, another don't I have for you is when you're going to be walking to the Champs-Élysées, which everyone does because the walk from the Louvre to the Arc de Triomphe is kind of a rite of passage of all tourists. Don't shop or eat on the Champs-Élysées because the more expensive stores, but the prices are higher for a lot of stuff, but also the restaurants are a bit pricier as well. So your best bet is actually go and explore some of the other arrondissements, the other parts of the city. Maybe go to the Latin Quarter or Montmartre there and eat there and shop there because you can find some more boutiques, some more French places as well at a lower price. So that can be a really big help there. So walk the Champs-Élysées, but don't shop or eat there, okay? And when you are going around Paris, my next don't for you is don't forget to learn a few words of French before you come, because even though English is a tourism language of the world, it's not the tourism language here in France. France, obviously, they speak French, and you should know a few words. And the thing is, you'll get by if you don't speak French, but just knowing merci, which is thank you, s'il vous plaît, which is please, où est les toilettes, where is the bathroom, these kind of things really make things a lot easier for you as a tourist. And sometimes, like, my personal favorite is, pardon, je suis idiote, je ne parle pas français, which is, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot, I don't speak French. And that has really opened up people, and I've been doing that for probably 10 years of coming here, and it really opens up. And then they're okay with my bad French when I speak, so that's a really nice thing. But do know a few words when you're here, because it does make your life a lot easier and puts a few smiles on the faces of the locals as well when they know you're trying. But just know they might correct you when you do try, but it's okay. They're doing constructive criticism, not being mean. Now, one of the most important museums in the world is the Louvre, okay? And I do have a don't for the Louvre, and that is don't go on Tuesdays. It's closed. So when you're planning your vacation here, a lot of countries and a lot of places, museums are closed on Monday. Not the Louvre, it's closed on Tuesday. So make sure you schedule accordingly, because I'm sure every morning there's tourists that walk up to the pyramid and go, oh, it's not open today. So do have a heads up for that, so check those schedules. And my last don't for you here in Paris is don't be overwhelmed by all of the tourists. Look, Paris is one of the most visited cities in the world for good reason, with the great food, amazing sights, fantastic architecture, all these things you're gonna go see, and you'll just see that everywhere you go, there'll be more and more tourists, okay? So be ready for that, plan accordingly. If you're not big into big crowds, don't come June, July, August when it's really busy, or at Christmas time. Maybe come in September, October, or maybe in March or something like that. But realize there's always tourists here. This is a city that there's never a low season. There's a high season and a higher season, okay? That's what they have. Because you'll see when you go and see the Mona Lisa, you'll see the hordes of people around it. But the thing is, if you actually turn around and look at the Marriage at Galilee behind it, you're like, oh, wow, that's actually gorgeous itself, and no one's looking at it. So you can find ways around it, around the crowds. There's all these other smaller museums you can go check out in other areas. That it really is a way that you can have all these tourists, but still get away from them all as well. So that really takes some planning. So what I recommend, find an arrondissement, a neighborhood you like, make that your home, and get to know that area and explore the city from there, and you will love it. So I hope this helps you get ready for your trip to Paris, because you don't want to miss it. This is definitely one of the cities you want to come to in the world. If you want to learn more, the scams of coming here to Paris, well, my love and hate, some culture shocks, some fun culture shocks of France, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions, and we hope you have a great time here in Paris, but we know you will. Au revoir de Paris.